That's all, thank you. Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and to our dear adjudicator. Thank you for your interest in this debate. As previously stated, I will be telling you more about why sex education should be implemented in schools. If everyone is ready, I will begin. First thing that I'm going to do is rebut what the leader of the opposition have said. Ms. Lewis stated that sex education should not be taught in schools. Am I correct?
Yes.
Thank you. And I strongly disagree. I believe that it is much better to know checked information from professionals. Now it's time for me to present my points. First, I will tell you that ignorance is far riskier than knowledge. Like our Prime Minister have said, sex education is not just about sex. It is the act of informing younger and adult generations about everything they need to know about sex. Kids need to know. They need it for their protection. They need to know what sex is, what it does, and what they need to be careful about. I believe that kids should learn about sex from their parents before school. But some parents are uncomfortable about telling their kids about sex, or they don't even want to. The kids need to have a way to know about sex. If sex education is implemented, students can be taught the correct terms of the reproductive system, of sexually transmitted diseases and contraception, birth, instead of street slang. Myths surrounding sex can be dispelled. For example, cannot get pregnant the first time. And third, proper education can have an impact on the prevention of sexual problems in adulthood. They're not going to have their parents with them every step of the way to tell them to stop if the time ever comes. Just because you're the child's parent doesn't mean that when you tell them no, they will always listen. There is never a child who listens or follows every single thing their parent tells them to do, whether you'd like to admit it or not. If it is not taught in school, then the kids who do engage in sexual behavior will be ignorant on the topic. It's every person's job to make sure they are having safe sex, and sex education in school may help. Thank you. Although a lot of parents may teach their child about safe sex, there are some parents who don't. Teaching sex education in school will help more kids become more knowledgeable, and because if school does not, who will? Even if it was taught in schools, it should be an optional class that would need parents' consent. Just because kids are taught something in school doesn't mean that they are more prone to engaging in said activities. Sex education is not a license of becoming sexually active, but it prevents children from suffering the harmful effects of sex. We should know when, how, and why we should use contraception. We should also let them know that everything they are feeling sexually is very normal, yes?
Is there any guarantee that using the so-called safe sex by the use of condoms and contraceptive pills, does it have any guarantee that it will avoid teenage pregnancy and other sexual transmitted diseases?
Thank you for your question, but I didn't say that it's 100% sure. It just helps prevent and decrease the number of teenage pregnancy cases in the society. Teenagers are very delicate. They are in the middle of transitioning into young adults who look for guidance in their elders. Guidance that will help them and not punish them. We have to help guide future generations into greatness. We can make a difference by allowing and enforcing schools to teach about sex and how to do it safely. Let's come together to save our youth. Again, I will repeat what I have said earlier. That it is much better to know checked information from professionals rather than your friends or even the internet. There are plenty of sex education pros and cons, but the fact still remains that having information is definitely better than none at all. People, knowledge protects and ignorance endangers. Believe me, I am right. Thank you.